What my father confessed on his last day broke me. Not because it was angry. Not because it was cruel. Because it was something I never expected. Something I never could have imagined. Something that made me question everything I knew about my family. About my mother. About my childhood. About myself. His name was James. My father. The man I loved more than anyone in the world. The man I admired. The man I trusted. The man who taught me how to ride a bike. The man who walked me down the aisle. The man who held my children. The man who was always there. Until he was not. He was 86 years old. His body was failing. His heart was giving out. The doctors said he had days. Hours maybe. They said we should say our goodbyes. I sat by his bed. I held his hand. I told him I loved him. I told him he was a good father. I told him he was a good man. He opened his eyes. He looked at me. His eyes were tired. His voice was weak. But his words were clear. He said, "Helen, I need to tell you something. Something I should have told you years ago. Something I have been carrying for over 40 years. I said, "What is it, Dad? You can tell me anything." He took a deep breath. He said, "Your mother. She was not who you think she was. She was not the woman you thought she was. She had a secret. A secret she kept from everyone. A secret I kept for her. A secret that has haunted me every day since she died." My heart stopped. I said, "What secret, Dad?" He said, "Your mother was not your biological mother. She adopted you when you were a baby. Your real mother was a woman she worked with. A woman who could not keep you. A woman who loved you but could not raise you. Your mother took you in. She raised you as her own. She loved you as her own. She never told you the truth. And I never told you because I promised her I would not." I stared at him. I could not speak. I could not move. I could not breathe. He said, "I am sorry, Helen. I am so sorry I never told you. I am so sorry I kept this from you. I am so sorry you had to find out this way. Let me go back. Let me tell you about the family I thought I knew. The family that was built on a secret. The family that was not what it seemed. I grew up in a small town. A quiet town. A safe town. My parents were kind. They were loving. They were everything a child could want. My mother, Margaret, was a teacher. She was patient. She was kind. She was always there. She read to me at night. She helped me with my homework. She taught me how to bake cookies. She taught me how to be a good person. My father, James, was a carpenter. He built things with his hands. Tables. Chairs. Cradles. He built our house. He built our lives. He taught me how to fix things. He taught me how to be strong. He taught me how to be brave that I never doubted them. I never questioned them. I never suspected they were hiding something. I had a happy childhood. I had friends. I had school. I had hobbies. I had everything. But there was something missing. Something I did not know was missing. Something I could not name. I always felt different. I always felt like I did not quite belong. I always felt like there was a piece of me that was missing. I thought it was just me. I thought it was just how everyone felt. I did not know that it was because I was adopted. I did not know that my mother was not my biological mother. I did not know that my father was keeping a secret he would take to his grave that I grew up. I went to college. I got married. I had children. I built a life. I never questioned my mother. I never questioned my father. I never questioned my family. I loved them. I trusted them. I believed them. But there were moments. Small moments. Moments when I felt like I did not quite fit. Moments when I felt like I was not quite part of the family. Moments when I felt like there was something missing. I remember looking at my mother and thinking, I do not look like her. I do not act like her. I do not feel like her. I remember looking at my father and thinking, I do not have his eyes. I do not have his hands. I do not have his strength. I remember looking at my siblings and thinking, they are different. They are not like me. I thought it was just me. I thought it was just how everyone felt. I did not know that I was adopted. I did not know that the woman I called mother was not my biological mother. I did not know that my father was keeping a secret. A secret he would take to his grave. Over the years, there were hints. Small hints. Little clues. Things I noticed but did not understand. Sometimes, my mother would look at me with a strange expression. A sad expression. A longing expression. I would ask, "What is wrong, Mom?" She would say, "Nothing, sweetheart. I am just tired." Sometimes, my father would hold me a little too tight. A little too long. He would say, "I love you, Helen. I have always loved you. I will always love you." I would say, "I love you too, Dad." I did not know why he was so emotional. I did not know that he was carrying a secret. Sometimes I would ask about my grandparents, about my family history, about where we came from. My mother would change the subject. My father would go quiet. They would say, "That is not important. What is important is who we are now." I did not push. I did not question. I did not suspect. I trusted them. I loved them. I believed them. My mother got sick when I was 35. Cancer. The doctors said it was aggressive. They said she had months. Months to live. Months to say goodbye. Months to tell the truth. She did not tell me. She did not tell anyone. She kept the secret. She kept it buried. She kept it hidden. Even as she was dying. Even as she was saying goodbye. On her deathbed, she asked to speak to me alone. She held my hand. She looked into my eyes. She said, "Helen, I need to tell you something. Something I should have told you years ago. Something I have been carrying for a long time." I said, "What is it, Mom?" She opened her mouth. She took a deep breath. She looked at me. She said, "I." She stopped. She started coughing. She could not breathe. The nurses rushed in. They pushed me aside. They tried to save her. But it was too late. She was gone. She took the secret with her. She died without telling me the truth that my father lived for 20 more years. He never told me the secret. He kept it buried. He kept it hidden. He kept it safe. But on his deathbed he finally confessed. I sat by his bed. I held his hand. I told him I loved him. I told him he was a good father. I told him he was a good man. He opened his eyes. He looked at me. His eyes were tired. His voice was weak. But his words were clear. He said, "Helen, I need to tell you something. Something I should have told you years ago. Something I have been carrying for over 40 years. I said, "What is it, Dad? You can tell me anything." He took a deep breath. He said, "Your mother. She was not who you think she was. She was not the woman you thought she was. She had a secret. A secret she kept from everyone. A secret I kept for her. A secret that has haunted me every day since she died." My heart stopped. I said, "What secret, Dad?" He said, "Your mother was not your biological mother. She adopted you when you were a baby. Your real mother was a woman she worked with. A woman who could not keep you. A woman who loved you but could not raise you. Your mother took you in. She raised you as her own. She loved you as her own. She never told you the truth. And I never told you because I promised her I would not. That I stared at him. I could not speak. I could not move. I could not breathe. Then he said, "But there is more. There is something else. Something I never told anyone. Something that changes everything." I said, "What is it, Dad?" He said, "Your real mother. She was not just a coworker. She was my sister." The room went silent. The machine stopped beeping. The world stopped spinning. I said, "What?" He said, "Your real mother was my sister. Your aunt. My sister Eleanor. She had a baby when she was 16. She was sent away. She was forced to give you up. Your mother, Margaret, took you in. She raised you as her own. She loved you as her own. She never told you the truth. And I never told you because I promised her I would not." I did not know what to say. I was shocked. I was confused. I was overwhelmed. My mother was not my biological mother. My aunt was my biological mother. My father was my uncle. My siblings were my cousins. My entire life was a lie. I said, "Why did you not tell me? Why did you keep this from me for so long?" He said, "Because we were ashamed. Because we were scared. Because we did not know how to tell you. Because we thought it would destroy you. Because we wanted to protect you." I said, "Protect me? You lied to me my whole life. You kept me from my real mother. You kept me from knowing the truth. You kept me from Monday. He said, I know, Helen. I know. And I am so sorry. I am so sorry I never told you. I am so sorry I kept this from you. I am so sorry you had to find out this way. I started crying. I said, I am not angry, Dad. I am not angry. I am just sad. Sad that you carried this alone for so long. Sad that you thought you could not tell me. Sad that I did not know the truth. He said, I love you, Helen. I have always loved you. You are my daughter. Not by blood, but by love. And that is what matters. My father died that night. He died in peace. He died knowing that I forgave him. He died knowing that I loved him. But the truth did not die with him. It lived on. It lived in me. It lived in my heart. It lived in my soul that I started searching for my real mother. My aunt, Eleanor. I looked through old records. I made phone calls. I hired a private investigator. I searched for months. Finally, I found her. She was still alive. She was 84 years old. She lived in a nursing home. She had Alzheimer's. She did not remember me. She did not remember anything. I went to see her. I sat by her bed. I held her hand. I said, Eleanor, I am your daughter. I am Helen. I am the baby you gave up when you were 16. I came to thank you. I came to tell you I love you. I came to tell you I forgive you. She looked at me. Her eyes were empty. She did not know who I was. She did not know what I was saying. But something in her eyes flickered. Something in her heart remembered. She squeezed my hand. She said, baby. That was all. Just baby. But it was enough. It was everything that I found peace. Not the peace I had imagined. Not the peace I had dreamed of. But peace. Quiet peace. Gentle peace. Enough peace. I forgave my parents. I forgave my father. I forgave my mother. I forgave Eleanor. I forgave everyone. I learned that family is not about blood. It is about love. It is about sacrifice. It is about being there for each other. My mother, Margaret, was not my biological mother, but she was my mother. She raised me. She loved me. She sacrificed for me. She gave me everything. My father, James, was not my biological father, but he was my father. He raised me. He loved me. He protected me. He gave me everything. Eleanor was my biological mother, but she was not my mother. She gave birth to me, but she could not raise me. She loved me, but she could not keep me. She gave me up so I could have a better life. So here I am, 69 years old, living in my home. The home where I raised my children. The home where I thought I would grow old alone. But I am not alone. I have my family. I have my children. I have my grandchildren. I have the truth. I have peace. What my father confessed on his last day broke me, but it also healed me. It set me free. I have learned something in this house. Something I want to share with you, especially if you have a secret, a family secret, a hidden truth, a story that has never been told. Here it is. Secrets are heavy. They weigh you down. They keep you from being free. They keep you from being loved. But the truth, no matter how painful, can set you free. It can heal wounds. It can bring families together. It can create a new beginning. What my father confessed on his last day broke me, but it also made me whole. It made me understand who I am. It made me appreciate the family I have. It made me grateful for the love I received. That is my story. Thank you for listening. I still talk to my father. Every night. Before I go to sleep. I look at his photo. I tell him about my day. I tell him about Eleanor. About the truth. About the healing. I think he can hear me. I think he is listening. I think he is proud of me. Not because I did everything right. I did not. But because I forgave. Because I loved. Because I found the truth. Because I set myself